x plus y plus z is equal to 3. This in matrix form, my friends. Here first let's convert that to matrix format. Equation r2 is equal to r2 minus r1. We can work with r3 also, you know, r1 r2 r3. This is row 1, this is row 2, this is row 3, so we can work with that. So now here r3, we can do r3 also, we can do it r3 with yes, obviously we can do it the same r1, that will be easy, r3 minus r1. So the result that we get after doing this is, so the r1 we haven't changed, so we get the same. R2 we have changed to make this 0 because we have subtracted with r1, so here we get this 2 minus 1 is again 1 here, 3 minus 1 is 2 here, and here it's 1. That's what we get here. And then here again we did our 3 with 0 here, we got here 3, and we got here 8, and this minus this 8, and then 3. This is what we got after doing this. Now let's see, we have to make this 0 to get the echelon form. So in order to make this 0, what we do is r3, we work on r3. R3 we say 3 minus, I cannot do with r1, I have to do with r2, because if I do with this I get the also value, I don't want to get any value here, so I have to do only with this. So it's 3r2, so because if I do 3r2 only I can get 0 here. So then next we get, so I worked only in r3, so let me do slowly, I don't want it to make you confused, so I'm doing it slowly. Okay, so let's see, here we got 0, here what is that, the same thing we got. Now we have only changed in r3, so we get here 0, here 0, and here what we get 3, r2 means here 3 multiplied, so it becomes 6, and minus 8 minus 6 is 2, so we get here 2, 3 r3 minus 3 r2 is 2 here, and then here it is, let's see, here is 0. So that's very simple, and here we get the same xyz. So now we got this, and with this we got here echelon form. So here we can say that we reached echelon form, right? So this is called as coefficient matrix, and this is called as augmented matrix. So augmented matrix, coefficient matrix is written as array rank of coefficient matrix should be equal to the rank of augmented matrix, which is equal to number of variables. So this is number of variables. Again, so you can see there are 3 variables. We have this value as 3, and here this value also we got rows with 3. So this is also 3, this is also 3, and this is also 3. So we know that this equation, we can call this equation as consistent equation. So consistent, the given equation is consistent and has fixed value. Why we have a fixed value? Because we got n is also equal if n will be if it will be let's say this will be winning n. So if it is value is equal, then it is called as fixed, and if it is smaller or than this n, then the value we can say infinite solutions. So let's check now what we did is right or not. That means we have to get the value of xyz. So to get the value of xyz, what I do, so I can go for making this 0, this 0, this 0, so that I get all. So let's work on r1. Then r1, how will I get r1 minus r2? Simply I do this, and I work on r2 also. R2 I work, and I get r2 minus r3, r2 minus r3. If I do this, I can easily get it. So let me do this and see. So first I worked in row 1, so row 1 r1 minus r2 means this one will be 0, 1 minus 0 is 0, sorry, 1 minus 0 is 1, and then 1 minus 1 here is 0, and here is minus 1, and then here is 2, we get 2 here, and that's completes our row. And then here we get 0 because now here r2 minus r3, so here we get 1, and then here we get 0, and then here we get 1 because it's 0 here. Then obviously here 0, 0, then 2, then 0. So that's what we got. Now let's transform this to 0, this to 1, and this to 0. Then we get value of xyz. So how do we do that? So we get 1 here. Okay, so what I do is r1, I work on r1, then r1 minus no, okay, r1 minus so 2r1 2r1 minus, here this is the r3. If I do this, what will happen to the first this sequence? So here 2r1 minus 2r1. No, I cannot do this, because if I do this, then this value will change. I don't want to change this, I cannot do this, so I don't do this. Instead of that, let me do r3 directly. Let me do r3. So r3, when we make it 1, r3 is equal to, we can get 2 by so I mean to say r3 by 2 we can do, so that we get r3 value. Let me write the same. So here we get 2. Now we already got the answer, but we are trying to find out how to the xyz values. That's why we are doing this. So here we get 0, 1, 0, 1, and here we get the value of is 0. How did we do that? R3, we did R3 by 2, so by 2 by 2 we get it 0. So this is what we get. And now we can work on R1 plus R1, we get it R1 plus R3 we can do. So because it's 0, we'll get easily the answer. So that's what the final result we got. What did we get? 1, 0. Here it becomes 0 now. Why? Because here we did it with plus with this, so we do minus plus, it becomes 0. Then here it's same 2. Here we get 0, here we get 1, here we get 0, here we get 1, here we get 0, 0, and here 1 and 0. So we got the answer. Here x, y, and z. So now we know x is 2, y is 1, and z is 0. That means x is 2, y is 1, and z is 0. And let's see if I am right or wrong. Sometimes we might be wrong, so we have to substitute here and see. If you substitute here, x we told we got 2 plus y we got 1 plus z we got 0, which is nothing but 3. It's correct. And here it's 2 plus again 2 plus 0, we get here 4. That's again correct. So it's 2 plus, so 6 it is. Why? Because 4 into 2 is, what is the value of 1? It's 1, right? 4, it's 4 here. so it's not y value is 1, we got one value y, so 4 into 1 it is 4, and plus your 9 into 0 is 0, so we get here 6. Yes, we got the right answer. So thank you. If you like it, you can ask for more questions. I would like to help you out. Thank you. Bye bye, take care. God bless you everybody. Happy learning.